right, we are back in the building. You already know what it is. I'm gonna get through this real quick. It's the Too Good For You podcast, a podcast that's too good, made just right for you. But enough about us. We got a special guest in the building today.
Who we got?
Man, we got Big Mikey.
Not
Mikey
Big
Cook.
Mikey.
Just the man of many talents and names. Yeah, man. Mikey.
Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me. I know I was supposed to be on here a long time ago, but it's.
It's all right. You're here now.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. Shoot. You're good, man. You're good.
Be chaotic, so.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Yeah, so, we will, just dive right into it for everyone who's kind of wondering. I mean, let's just do it. Mm-hmm. Who is Mikey Cook? Is that what you're going by now?
Yeah.
Mikey Cook?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So who is Mikey Cook?
That's a good question that I've never been asked before.
Hey, we put you on the spot.
That's what we do.
Put you on the spot today.
I don't know. Whenever I think of like myself and the things that I do, I just like the main word that I say is like multifaceted because I never want to like put myself in a box, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Especially when it comes down to like all the things that I do, like music, photography, videography, and all that stuff, YouTube videos.
Oh yeah.
And like I always try to make different content because, like I never want to niche myself because I feel like at the end of the day I'll probably get hella bored.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because
I get you. Yeah.
like especially when it comes to YouTube, like if I make videos and stuff, like as you've seen on my channel, like I do all types of crazy stupid shit. But like
follow him on his channel.
That's right.
Come on.
But usually I try to tell myself like don't, because if I niche myself and then stick with one thing, I feel like I'm just gonna be like everyone else, and then I won't get like
Interesting.
And people get bored easily.
Yeah. No, I could see that definitely.
Yeah, like very easily. So I always tell myself like do a lot. Do stuff that you want to do, and then I'll be like solid.
Yep. Yeah,
Perspective, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely always kind of fell into that same category too of like never being like, oh, like I'm just a photographer, or I'm a DJ, or I'm a graphic designer, or now I'm a podcast host. Like I'm just a guy who does things.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think with life, you gain new interests and you want to do stuff. And I feel like especially if you're not like well known for a specific thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's really no point to like why you can't just do something else. Yeah. Obviously, like if you're a professional like actor, boom, you can say you're an actor. If you do other stuff on the side, a lot of actors do or whatever. That just comes with the thing, but at the end of the day, like you are an actor or whatever. But like for more people that are coming up in the business, entertainment field or whatever, like you really got to try a bunch of different things to find like what sticks to you.
Yeah, because that's how it was at the start. Like I was like, I'm just gonna solely do YouTube. Like I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm not gonna do photography. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do music. And then I was doing that like for a good couple years, and I was like, I'm tired of this, and I was like, I don't want to be tired of it. So I was like, let me find another passion or find something else that I could do. And that's when I got into music, and then started doing like videos for other people, and like vice versa and stuff like that.
So was it like the constant repetition? Like so, like you're doing photography for a few years, like that's all you're doing. You're just taking pictures, editing. Would you say that's what kind of burned you out, I guess, in a thing? Just the repetition, right? That's what it is. Yeah.
Like, especially because I was doing, not only was I taking photos for people, I was like shooting like their like Instagram stuff. Like I was working with like influencers and stuff like early on. And I have like a lot of horror stories about that, but I'm not.
Whoa, we're going to bring them out.
Yeah, that or I need to come back. But yeah, it's just like when I was doing it, I was like, I wasn't feeling it. And it's not that I didn't enjoy like photography and stuff like that. It's just that like it was mostly like the people I was working with, and like it just got repetitive. It was the same thing over and over again. And I was like, I don't want to keep doing this. Like it's just tiresome. And then it's funny because after I stopped doing it, I got right back into it, and now I'm here again. Like I don't want to do photography, but then my thing is like I want to do it, but like I just don't want to keep. I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's all these horror stories that I've had that I'm like, I just don't want to like work with others, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you want to do it for yourself. Yeah. Once it becomes a job.
Clients where I'm like, okay, I know for sure I can work with you because I know nothing's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Because when you start working with strangers and working with like random people, it gets chaotic and people like you don't know how people's vibes are and stuff like that.
It's true.
And I can't stand that.
I think the thing is like once it feels like a job, then it's like it's not fun anymore.
Yeah, it's not fun
at all.
Anymore. Like at all.
Depending.
And especially with like YouTube too, I felt like because I've always wanted to do YouTube full time like as a career, and I've never really gotten tired of it. I have taken breaks, but those are usually either for my mental health or life happens. I've never like been like I've never quit because I didn't like want to or like I wanted to. It was always something coming up because of it. And so now I'm at this point where it's like I've been so consistent to the point where I'm like, no, I just want to keep grinding on that. Not that I don't want to do other stuff because of course I'm still gonna do my music and everything, but like I know that that's my main focus right now.
Cool. All right. So yeah, I mean, I guess we've been hinting at it, or you've been bringing it up, and we kind of talked about it. But let's talk about your YouTube channel. You were already kind of getting into it, saying that you do a bunch of kind of stuff. What is your kind of like genre, I guess you could say, as a YouTuber?
So whenever people ask, I usually say lifestyle.
Okay.
Only because like I feel like that's the easiest way to explain.
Is it like vlogging lifestyle?
I vlog. I used to vlog more often, but then now that I'm working and doing all this and that, it's like harder to do that. So usually I just find the instances where I'm like, okay, let me bring my camera to wherever. And
okay.
Especially like the last vlog I posted, I was in Mammoth.
Okay.
And that was my first time going, so I was like, I'm just gonna bring my camera and vlog. And it did pretty well. Compared to like previous vlogs where I'm like just at home not doing anything. And that's another reason why I stopped vlogging, was because like I felt like, not that I wasn't living in the moment, because I still was. That's another thing that a lot of people say, is that when they vlog, they don't like, you're not experiencing it because you're trying to get it on camera. But like for me, it was always different because it's like I still experience it, but I'm able to get those clips and get things to make it, watch back and experience it over again. But I always tell people that like, you can vlog, and like I like vlogging, but like I'd rather do stuff where I have more creativeness with it, especially when it comes down to like the videos that I'm creating now. Like I actually take the time to like write notes and like do my research and be like, okay, I'm gonna do all this, film it this day, and then have like a set schedule where I upload it like on a certain day. But yeah, I feel like it's mostly lifestyle. Like I do mix it up with like random stuff here and there with like my music. There's like a whole bunch of other things that I post on there, but I'm trying to get better at like figuring out what I really want to like continue to do. And that's another thing that I've been discussing with a lot of people, because like, again, if you look on my channel, it's a whole bunch of different stuff, which is tight because again, I don't want to be in a niche, but I do want to find like something similar to where it's a niche where it's like people will know like, okay, this is the type of videos that he makes. So that way I can keep that audience and then keep them engaged instead of them being like, what the heck is he going to upload?
Yeah, it's like something else every time.
Yeah, because some people like will be like, oh, I love this. And the other people will be like, this is not what I subscribe to.
It's like they need the consistency of what they're subscribing to.
I'm trying to work on that now in the long run, but it's like it's a hard process because it's like I like to do so many different things, so it's like what the heck do I do,
It's crazy what goes into content creation, like what everything you got to think about, and then like especially like since you're making it for other people, like it's like you think about that. I don't know, like I try to make my stuff and like I'm over it, like this is too much work. Like, oh, I'm gonna go this place, bring my camera, record 10 seconds, I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this right now. I cannot do this. So.
It's a lot. Like, even when I'm thinking about, like, because I always have so many ideas, like, coming in my head. And usually, like, I try to, like, what I've had the past, like, last year and, like, going on into this year, what I've done is in the morning when I first wake up, I don't touch my phone. And then I don't go on my, like, phone or, like, I don't go on my phone and, like, social media and stuff like that until, like, 10 in the morning usually.
Okay. So got me beat. I wake up and I'm like already on Instagram, Twitter, whatever.
Like, noticing that like I was so like I didn't like that. Like I kept waking up and going straight to my phone, and I was like, this is not cool. Like I don't like doing it, Yeah. So like I was like, I need to change like my mindset and change like the things that I do. And so now what I do is I don't touch it. I mean, like I'll go on it like, but not like on social media and stuff like that. I just go on and like if I need to like see how long it's gonna take me to get to work or something. But usually what I try to do is like just be fresh in my thoughts in the morning, especially like when I'm in the shower and stuff, because that's like when my ideas come out like the best, or like when my best ideas.
Shower thoughts, baby.
Yeah,
that's where it's at. Yeah,
it's insane. Like I've gotten so many like good ideas and stuff while I'm like in the shower. It's weird, but
that's when the creative juices just start flowing. Like you're washing your hair, you're like, that'd be a great ass idea. Ooh, this is something I'm gonna do.
But usually I try to like every morning just be in my thoughts, be fresh in my thoughts. Even like while driving to work, I'll be fresh in my thoughts, listening to music, listen to a podcast. I listen to your guys' podcast in the morning.
Wow. Thanks.
You like Mikey, man. You like Mikey.
Yeah, you like Mikey.
And then I actually listen and I watch the video back too. But
see,
that's just me being loyal.
Wow.
So, but
be like Mikey.
But no, for real, I usually like get all my best ideas in the morning, and then I noticed I was getting so many good ideas doing that. So I was like, okay, I need to just stick with this. And then I did change it up a little bit going into this year, where I still don't go on my phone like at 10, but I get to work at like 9. So usually within that first hour, I don't even like no offense to people that I work with, but I don't even answer any emails. Like I don't do any editing. Like I'll literally either read or like just not be like, I'll listen to music or something. Cause like I don't want to like, cause I was getting so focused on it, like social media and like, let me check my analytics. Let me check this. Oh, YouTube comments. Like there's a time and place and there's a time for that. But I feel like I don't have to be so obsessed with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I've been, I recommend that, like for real, because it changed everything for me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, content creation's crazy.
I'm definitely.
And then you're like on everything, so it's like.
Yeah, I really am.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous. I don't know why.
I don't even know how you do it. I get tired looking at my own stuff on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm
like,
having a hard time doing this on YouTube, posting it everywhere else, making TikTok clips and all this other shit. I'm like, damn, guys.
I like try to like stay. I'm consistent and I try to stay consistent. I might not be consistent on everything, but like since I'm on so much stuff, my whole ordeal is that like anything can pop off. You know what I mean? Like, of course I still want to focus on this, like focus on YouTube or whatever, but like people go viral on TikTok and then Twitter, like people like will tweet and then it'll get like 400,000 retweets of like a video that you'll post or like even just a regular tweet.
Yeah.
And then with Instagram, it's like everything, like goes with each other. So it's like, there's no point in being stuck on one thing when you can use something else to like move something else forward.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So.
Sure.
That gets me to my next point though. Like, because you are having like so many different ones, like do you make content specifically for each kind of platform, or you kind of just like post everything on everything?
No, yeah. So I used to do that, and then I started doing my research, learning and stuff like that, and now it's like I know my demographics and I know like what to post on certain stuff. So like with YouTube, I know like to post like shorter videos, sometimes longer videos talking about different things, doing different things and stuff like that. TikTok, I just stay myself. Like I try not to like, I sometimes will try to post like my YouTube stuff on there, but like I already know how my viewers and followers are on there. So I'm like, okay, I can't do that. So I know to just be this way. But then since they like so much stuff, they'll be like, oh, he has a YouTube channel. Let me go. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like, they'll go check it out. Same with like Instagram. I'll like post mostly photos. I try to post videos on Instagram since it's supposed to be the new thing, but like I hate that. Like I'd rather just post like photos because that's what Instagram was.
I miss the old Instagram.
Yeah, I miss the old Instagram
I could
too.
take a picture of an Arizona can and be like, "This is it."
What was the little
But,
thing?
like,
Insta shot.
Oh,
Fucking.
Oh my gosh!
Filter to oblivion. You're just
Bro.
like, why is everything just sepia tone?
I miss all
super
of that.
contrast,
Yeah,
everything
I
just
Back in the
terrible.
day, we didn't have to worry about all that.
But that was fun social media. Like you post for what you want to post. It's not
Exactly.
posting like as like this is my reputation now, or like this.
I
is,
mean,
like,
I
who
still
am.
kind of do that now, but like ever since the beginning of this year, I don't know what my mindset changed. I told myself that I just wanted to not show out, but like I wanted to be different on Instagram. So like now I'm starting to write like longer captions and like being a little bit more heartfelt, responding to everyone that like comments back and stuff like that, because I noticed that a lot of people don't even do that. And I noticed a lot of big influencers don't do that either.
Yeah.
They'll have like maybe like 1,000 some comments and they'll respond to like 2. And even like the verified people are like commenting, and they're not even responding to them. And I'm like, do you think you that big and bad to like not even
that, like the people that are following you is the reason why you're up there in the first place. Like,
and that just mind boggles me that they do stuff like that.
But I don't know anyone famous really off the top of my head like that has like a following like that. But like at a certain point, like don't you kind of just like lose your social media presence, like yourself? Like at a point, like you're still just the person, but like you just have a team who does everything for you. So like obviously like they're not gonna comment for you because it's not you. So I feel like that's the only reason why I could say like probably why you see a lot of stuff like that with like really big influencers, because they're not the one handling their social. If they probably have their burner accounts where they do that, but in terms of like their like public figure profile, they ain't touching that shit.
Yeah, that's true. They probably have so many people that.
You think Ryan Reynolds has that?
Oh, you want to find Ryan Reynolds' burner account?
No. Well, fuck yeah, I do. Hell yeah, 100%. Knowing him the way he's at.
Reynolds Ryan.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of the, like celebrities and influencers, they probably have a.
They have to have.
I'm pretty sure, like
where they were just bullshitting and just like talking to each other,
and they only follow each other.
Exactly.
Like,
there's no way they just like.
I mean,
their only social media is just their public figure.
Because some people they get like crazy like stuff, like so many comments, so many stuff. So I'm like, it makes sense. There is the other people on the other end of the spectrum that just don't give two shits. So.
Exactly, that is true. There are people that just handle all of their stuff. That's their thing. But yeah, so in terms of back to your YouTube and stuff, real quick, we'll just jump in real quick. Everything for you is at Mikey Cook.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah, mostly everything is.
Real quick, guys, everyone just go ahead and do that. At Mikey Cook. And if you don't see it there, you'll probably find his links to everything
Spotify,
else. And everything.
YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, it's all
that shit.
Twitch.
I changed everything.
You got Twitch too, right?
Oh, no, Twitch is Mad CJ.
Oh, see, that's the different one.
But I changed it up.
There it is.
But there you go. Yeah, you'll find all his links everywhere.
Twitch anymore. I'm starting to stream on YouTube because Twitch was cheaper for a minute. But I might go back to Twitch. But
YouTube gaming.
We'll see.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so going back to just YouTube stuff, what is a typical day of editing look like for you for YouTube?
A lot. Luckily enough,
a lot goes into the fucking editing, guys.
Like, I wish people understood that and like knew. And it's funny because I've had people like in my presence when they see what I'm doing and they look at it and they're like, I don't know how you do that shit. Like, how do you do that? And I'm like, yeah, it's a lot. It varies. Like, there's some days where I'm just like in a mood where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna film like a long ass video and then edit it. And then there's some days where I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm just gonna pull my phone out, record something real quick, and then edit on my phone and then post that. Which is another thing that I kind of like told myself I need to stop doing, and I kind of like resent, because another thing that people can notice, and I noticed it too, is like, if you just post something just because you need to, it's not going to be good.
It's not authentic.
Yeah.
You're just doing it to fix your algorithm or whatever.
Or to just post because you need something to post. And I told myself I'm not going to keep doing that, because when I actually work on, no matter how many views it is, I always can tell the difference between something that I actually did notes, worked on, wrote a script or whatever, and then edited and uploaded, versus something where I was like, I'm just going to film this real quick and then post it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, I know when it comes down to those type of videos, it takes me, like, I don't even know, like, hours. Like, maybe, like, 4 or 5 hours for, like, a video like that.
And that's for, like, a standard, like, 10-minute video or something like that?
But usually what happens is, because, stuff happens in between, so usually I'll have to, like, edit it down because I'm either, like, losing my train of thought, stuttering, or doing something stupid. But then when I do like one of those simple videos, it probably only takes me like maybe like an hour to 30 minutes, just because I'm so used to editing at this point. Yeah. But again, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be able to work harder on stuff that I know will be better content when I put it out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I hate it. Like, I recently put out a video on because I was trying to do videos like based around like food. And I used to do that back on my channel, where I was like trying different places, going to different restaurants and stuff like that, because it would do so well. And then YouTube like was tripping out of nowhere from like I forgot what year they were like tripping. It was like 2017, I think, and like they were having issues with their like AdSense or something like that. And it affected me like really bad because like my views were going down and stuff like that. You know, views will always anything views, likes, and all that it gets discouraging sometimes. Yeah. But then later on,
you just gave me a flashback to our first dislike. That's what I'm saying. Show, man. Over here, not even 5 minutes up, there's already a dislike.
That's crazy. No. The thing is, people will do that. Because people are haters at the end of the day. But like haters really help me like get up because like I've had people say so, especially on TikTok. TikTok is nuts. Like compared to YouTube, I've had some crazy ass comments on YouTube, like full paragraphs of like, "This is the most stupidest thing I've ever seen. What you don't know what you're talking about."
Wow.
And I'm like. And that's on like videos where like my most popular videos, and I'm like, that's your fault. You're helping me.
Yeah, they're commenting, they're helping you.
Like that's what YouTube, all that they like when people comment. So I'm like, if you want to hate on it all you want, go ahead. Like that's your problem, not mine. But it's just crazy because like oh my gosh, I'm thinking of TikTok because. When I first got on TikTok, it was like, everybody was like, what the fuck is TikTok? And then now everybody and their mama is on TikTok. And like, I was like, okay, let me just be on there. And then I started posting more and getting used to it and stuff like that. And then I went viral once and it was like 20, maybe like I had like 20,000 views or something on there. And I was like, okay, this is pretty cool or whatever. Then I started going viral a couple more times and I was like, hey, what the hell is happening? And then I don't know if it was 2020 or it might have been 2020. I had my first ever like viral one. It was like 2 million views or something like that.
Ooh, in the millies.
Like, and I was shook. I was like talking to people and they were like, like your video is like doing really well. And I was like, oh really? And I checked and I was like, okay, 100,000 views. I was like, that's crazy. And then like the next morning I checked and I was like, why is it at 1 million? I was like, what is going on? And then it was over the most stupidest thing. I think I was like talking about Selena or something.
See, well, we're out here being shadow banned.
Right.
Fuck
shadow banned is real though. I hate being like, and then I don't know if it was the end of 2020 or like sometime during 2021, I had my second one. And I hit 3 million. But that one was different for me because that one, like the first one, I was like, okay, 2 million. Like I was getting a bunch of followers or whatever. But the 3 million one, I don't know what was going on. Like people were texting me like, you're on my friend's story. Like somebody reposted you. Like, and I was like, and I don't know these people. Like, and it's random people DMing me talking about like, oh yeah, like I saw you on like so-and-so's story. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, this is too much. And then I was like, looking at the numbers and seeing like everything like that. But the only thing with TikTok that like irks me is like, I have a small following on there, even though I don't consider it small. People consider it small, but I have like 20K on there. Okay. But like I'm still considered a small influencer on there because there's so many people on there that have hundreds, thousands, millions and stuff like that. Which I don't care about all that. Like at the end of the day, I'm glad to have the following that I have and the people that I have, watching my content and stuff like that. But again, how you brought up the shadow banning, I noticed that in the past, like maybe 4 or 5 months, I've been shadow banned on there.
All right, so we need to know how you got out of that. We've been shadow banned like 4 times already or something.
So what I've done is I usually like stay off the app. Like I won't post anything. And like I'll stay off the app for maybe like a week or 2. And then once I come back, everything's back to normal.
You make them feel bad.
We're coming back.
But the thing is that like, once I started, and it sucks because once I started getting followers, that's when you get more haters and you get more people that are like, I'm reporting this or because I don't like this. And I've had multiple times where it'll say like community guidelines, this and that. Like,
it's like, what did I do wrong?
Be like reporting for bullying. I'm like, bullying?
That's just
me?
crazy.
Yeah. I was like, of all people, me, like everyone knows I'm not a bully, like at all. So I was like, it's just nuts. That
interesting.
That's crazy that people just like hate. Like for what? Like, nothing better to do? Like you're just gonna like.
They really have nothing better to do.
Like they got time to fucking. They got time and energy to comment. I'm like,
yeah, they get joy out of that. Like even when the first time I went viral, I was getting like I had like a lot of good response, but then like you can scroll and see like people are talking wild. Like like, what is this dummy talking about? Or like, da da da. And I'm like,
I would respond to every single one. You know what? I put a thumbs up for all the good ones. I'm gonna respond to just only the bad ones.
And I usually try to like keep that negativity like away from me because negativity like hits me harder than most people usually, because like it really just gets to me all the time. But like, as for the past 2 years, I told myself like, I'm not gonna care anymore, because it's just too much, because it's going to happen regardless.
Yeah.
No matter what number you're at, no matter how large you are, no matter how small you are, you're going to get somebody that doesn't like what you make, or doesn't like what you do, or doesn't like you in general.
Yeah, so the fucking person that disliked the video. 3 subscribers in, and we already one
that's
dislike.
right. Crazy.
But yeah. It's nuts.
I feel that.
Like, even my most popular video on YouTube has 103,000 views. I think 103K.
Okay.
And it has a shit ton of dislikes. And it's like, oh well. Yeah. There's more likes than dislikes. So I'm like, what do you? And I have all these views. Thank you.
And
like,
get ratioed.
Yeah.
Like, right. So you get ratioed.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. You know. So.
Just comment ratio on everything.
Yeah.
That's it. Just let it be.
Right.
That's dope, though, man. All right. What have been your favorite like YouTube / like Twitch moments for yourself, whether it was, you know, hitting a certain milestone on either one of the platforms, or just like a great stream you had, or just like what have been like a few like your favorite moments?
I'm already like thinking of a couple.
Okay.
I used to love streaming on Twitch, but then like Twitch got all like chaotic with those, like, I don't know if you knew about the hate raids that were happening.
I heard about that, actually.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh my god. Basically, it was like racist people. They would like, because how Twitch works is like, you can like someone can raid you, and then they'll send like their viewers to you or whatever. But basically, it was like a bot that racist people would use to send into like people's like streams, like people of color, LGBT, and all that, and they would just say all types of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And then that would mess up your stuff, because like Twitch would be like, what the heck is going on?
Because this channel is just having a bunch of just
you would have to like
crazy
go in,
things.
report it, and like do a whole bunch of stuff. And I got hit twice.
Dang.
The first time it wasn't as bad. It was like some people with like weird like usernames, like George Floyd 47, and like crazy shit, like crazy. And so I was like, okay.
The fuck?
I was like, that's a little weird, but all right. And so then I was just blocking them. And then they would like, then it would be people saying like the N word and like stuff like that. So I was like, okay, this is, and then I would have to end my stream because like I couldn't, you know.
Wow, and that's their whole goal.
Yeah.
Like literally for you to hop off.
So the second time I didn't. Crazy. So the second time that it happened, I didn't end my stream because I was like, fuck that. And so, but then the second time was worse because it was like a shit ton of people. I was like, what is happening? Like it was like hundreds, like coming in just
that many people out there. You got
I was like, what the
that
heck?
time and energy you got.
So like after that second time, I was like, I took a break on Twitch and moved to YouTube to do my streaming because it's way more efficient. Not efficient, but like at least they didn't have those issues.
Okay.
But I used to love streaming on Twitch because I have so many like crazy moments on Twitch, and one that I'm like already thinking of is I used to game a lot, and like I play like all different types of things. But I was playing like Call of Duty a lot with my friends, and I never was the type of person to like play shooter games like that. Like I did when I was younger, like with my homies and stuff, but I was like, let me like get back into it. And so we all used to like play or whatever. And then during Halloween,
I remember this one actually. I've never seen this video. This was funny.
During Halloween, they would have like a thing where like the loot, like you would go after loot boxes, and you know, for those that know Call of Duty, like you get the loot box and it has like loot and you pick it up and stuff. But during Halloween, it would have pop-ups.
Yep.
Like got the Halloween edition.
Yeah, the scary ones.
And so there was one time where I was streaming, and like I'm thinking I'm good, like, and it already happened like so many times, and I'm a scary ass, like I'm scared of everything, and people want me to play like scary games and stuff, and I hate it so much. But like I know that's gonna like, you know, give me views and stuff. So
hell yeah.
Sometimes it's enjoyable, but other times I'm like, fuck this. And so I was going up to one, and I'm just chilling, minding my business, and I went up to one, and literally it's like, when I don't even exaggerate, like when you were playing, it's like
the whole
screen.
And then if you're wearing a headset too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have the headset on.
It's the whole screen, it's loud, and it literally just, it's fast, and it's like a light ghost, scream, like right? Scary ass scream, and it's like, who
programming this?
Were you playing when that was happening?
Them that was okay. And I posted that on TikTok and it went like viral a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they were like,
because people relate. Like, that shit was scary. I remember the first time that happened. I didn't know that was happening.
I didn't know either.
And then the first time that happened, I literally threw my controller forward and it yanked my whole like headset with it.
And mind you, since I'm streaming, I'm right in front of my monitor.
The
my monitor is huge. It's like a 27-inch, and I'm right in front of it. And I have the second one that has all like my other information and stuff on it. So I'm in it. Like I'm like close playing, and I'm like.
And then
this is coming through.
Like, what the fuck is going on? So that moment was just too much. And then there's been a lot of other moments like that where. Like I'm glad to have people that like really support me and like we're watching my streams and stuff because they would like clip it and like be like I clipped this where you like go ahead and use it on your like social media and stuff like that.
Nice.
I had a couple of my friends be like moderators, so they were the ones that would know like okay these like when I was getting hate rated they would know like these are people that are like in here because you never see them, you know.
Yeah.
And I would know who's my like. I knew most of the people that were watching. So it's like, I know that this is like, who is this? And I would get, random viewers that would like, join and stuff like that. But it wouldn't be like George Floyd 47.
Yeah,
that's
like
weird. That's weird.
You know what I mean? Like, that's weird. But yeah. And then there was another moment where I forgot what happened. I think somebody like famous, not famous, but somebody that had like way more subs and stuff like that than me, like they rated me for the first time, and I never had that happen before. And I don't know if it's probably not still on Twitch, but I literally like got up and was like cussing. I was like, what's going on? I was like, who is this? And then they were all like showing me love. They were like, we're just, this person said that they like your stuff, so they wanted to raid you.
That's the kind of raids. That's the kind of raids.
I was tripping. I was like, I got up out of like my chair and was like dancing around acting stupid because like when I had my Twitch set up, I would have like different notifications and stuff, so it would play like I think it was like Drake's song. I can't remember what song it would be or what song it was, but it would play, and I was literally there's a clip of me like dancing, acting stupid because they were rating me. But it's like cool stuff like that that made me go to Twitch because of stuff like that, because you can really like engage with your community, build your community. Especially when you're live, like even on YouTube, like when you go live, like it's good to have that type of stuff because like you can be more engaged with them instead of me just posting a video and then if they comment, I can just say whatever.
Yeah, you gotta come back to it.
Live, I can actually be like, they're like, oh, how was your day? And I can actually talk to them and be like, how was your day? And then vice versa and stuff. So it was cool. It's just that I'd rather, I don't know if Twitch is finally getting it together. I've heard a lot of rumors. I'm not gonna say nothing, but.
Yeah, I heard a lot. I heard a lot of people are going YouTube.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. So I'm like, I'm glad that I'm glad I am where I am at now, especially with YouTube and like you going live on YouTube and stuff because I have everything set up now. I haven't done it in a minute because like I'm more focused on like pushing the content out. But I'm probably gonna go back to live streaming soon, but definitely on YouTube.
There you go.
There you go. So get ready.
Yeah, definitely on.
Subscribe to him. Get your notifications on.
Put the bells. Ding, 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 ding.
Come on there.
Get that shit done.
Half the time it don't work, but it's all right.
It's the thought that counts.
It's the thought that counts.
Oh man. Going back, you kind of mentioned it, or you were just talking about it, and you kind of made a whole post about it, but about the significance of just like larger creators kind of just like either like showing love or just like giving like a like or something to just smaller creators and kind of like what that means to you and like how that has helped you or just kind of like what it means essentially like for that kind of interaction from someone that either you look up to or just someone who's just a bigger creator, just you can be like, hey man, like good shit.
Yeah, I used to like. It's funny because I literally just posted a TikTok about it because I was like, y'all remember SFS? Like shout out for shout out?
Oh yes.
Oh,
yes.
shout out for shout out. Yeah.
I was like, San Francisco what?
I was like, what is this?
I'm like,
no, like I was talking about it because I was like, no one does that no more.
No.
When's the last time you've ever seen somebody do that?
That was high school.
No, it was high school.
Facebook. It was high school. It was high school Instagram time.
Like even Facebook and stuff like that.
I remember that being big on MySpace.
And my thing is that like
MySpace?
people like when you really
SFS on MySpace,
or was it PC for PC or something like that? Picture.
Oh my god, picture for
Come on, don't be play with me, bro. I told you.
That oh my God, I
yeah, memories, baby,
that.
memories.
That is nuts. I really used to do that all the time. But again, I was talking about it because people were like, yeah, well, like what happened to that? And it's just mind blowing to me because like my whole mentality is if I'm up, you're up. I've always been like that. Whenever like if you treat me right and we're good friends, homies, whatever, we don't even have to be super close. But if you support me, I will support you. It may not be all the time. It may be in little ways, but I'm going to support you regardless. Yep. And my thing is like, I noticed that doesn't happen as often with like people don't realize how much power they have with just helping someone. You know what I mean?
Like one repost. Especially big, like really big influencers. Like, and then you feel like you can't ask for help or you feel like you're using them, but it's like they already have what you want. So why not just ask them and be helpful enough to be like, sure. Worst thing they say is no.
Yeah, that's like what is that like? At the end of the day, what does that do to them that hurts them?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't stain your image. It actually makes you look better because you're like, oh yeah, this person's
helping
dope.
out fellow content
charity, essentially.
It just bothered me because I was really thinking about it because there's so many like influencers that are out there now that think that they're all big and bad, and I've met a few. And they think
throw
that
them under
they're...
the bus.
No.
Okay. Influencer drama.
But just know that there's like, here. The real tea is that there's a lot of influencers out there that don't give two shits about anyone or their audience.
They're just there for the sponsorships.
Yeah, they're there for their money, their sponsorships, the fame, and all that.
Yeah,
and that's the thing that bothers me the most is because like as we go on. Especially with how like the future is going and like how social media is changing and this and that. I was already reiterating this before, like a couple months ago, and then I've been talking about it a lot the past couple months. Is like no one's authentic, and I feel like authenticity is like the most powerful thing to get you where you want to go. Yeah, because like there's so many people that are like, even like when it comes down to YouTube, I've seen some crazy shit. Like people will fake crying.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
for a thumbnail. Or
I love those videos.
Or like they'll do something like crazy and do like clickbait and be like, "Yeah, I killed this person." Like, what? Yeah. Just because they know they can get the views and will get the views and like get the money, and then it's like people, and then it's crazy that people eat that up. Like,
oh yeah,
like it's not real.
Love that shit.
How do you like? And then it's like you're disassociating because it's like it's not real, but then you're watching it and you're like, then you're gonna assume that it's real, and now you're like.
You fell into their trap.
Yeah, you
just fell into their trap right now.
And that's just bonkers to me. So I told myself, like, these past couple of years, I was like, I need to change everything. Because there was times where, like, and I actually privated a lot of those videos where, like, on YouTube where I was like, I need to do this. I need to do that. I was trying to be like David Dobrik, trying to be like this, trying to be like that. And I was like, I need to be me. Yeah. I can't, it stresses me out. I can't be anyone else but myself. And I was even thinking about it the other day where I was like, because I was talking to my coworker about something, and she was like, "Yeah, I don't usually open up, like until like to someone like for a couple months or something like that." And I was like, "So if you don't open up, are you not like telling the truth? Are you not being you? Like what's the deal?" Because I told her I was like, no matter who I meet, if it's the first time or whatever, I'm not gonna change. If you can't get my vibe, you can't rock with it, that's on you. But like, I'm not gonna change myself just because you don't like it. Yeah. Like, I'm loud. I'm rambunctious. I like to do certain things. I like this, and that. And it's like, I'm not gonna change myself just because you can't rock with it. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel like makes me the most authentic is that like I am myself. Like I'm not trying to. Well, not anymore, at least, but like I'm not trying to be like anyone else. I just want to be me. Whether it comes down to like my style, the pictures I post, the videos that I make, and all that, this and that. Like I'd rather just be myself than be anyone else. Yeah.
Definitely got it.
Because there's so many copycatters out there, like people trying to.
For sure.
And I'm like, that is ugly. Like that is so ugly. Like it is. Like just be you. Like if you
some
can't
people
be
don't
you,
know how to do that.
That part.
That's the crazy thing. People don't know how to be themselves. Like they follow so many people.
Yeah.
And they're like, I need to be like that person. So they do exactly
because they see that that's what works, and it's if I want to have the clout or whatever, I need to just be ridiculous or be like this person because they obviously did something right. So I gotta.
That's another thing about like the whole following thing. Like I actually recommend And I always tell people this, so I want to say it on your guys' podcast, so I can spit some knowledge real quick.
Man, that's why we got it. Go ahead.
Go on an unfollowing spree. I've
done that before.
Changed my like whole mental health like completely, and that's I mean on like anything like YouTube. I did it. I did it on everything. I did it on YouTube. I did it on TikTok. I did it on Instagram. I did it on Twitter. Because I was like, in the beginning, I was just following anyone and everything. Like, I was like, I'm going to follow this account. I'm going to follow this celebrity. I'm going to follow this influencer.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is beginning to get too much, especially on Instagram, because I was following so many, like, influencers, famous people, and I was like, I was feeling resentful about my own life. Yeah. Like, because they were always showcasing, like, I'm in Dubai, or, like, I'm here doing this. I'm selling out this show. Yeah. And it was getting too much.
Yeah.
I was like, this is too much.
Where am I at?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah,
so, like, I would totally recommend that, especially on like stuff that you know you're gonna constantly see it. Like when I did it on Instagram, it felt so good. Like because I was following like maybe like 1,000+ people. I don't even know 1,000+ people. You know what I mean? So like, what am I doing? You know? And so now I'm only following like I think like 600 or so, and half of them is like people I know. You know what I mean? Like I follow you guys, I follow my friends, my family. I do follow a couple influencers and like celebs and stuff like that. I don't really follow many celebs. I follow mostly like musical artists because music artists always like really influence me. And most of the time, like a lot of the artists that I post, they're not posting like crazy, like you know, like get money, fuck bitches, like you know, like all types of crazy stuff. I follow mostly people that really, really inspire me. One person that I follow to this day, and he like I freaking love him, and I'm trying to manifest this. So I'm going to speak it out loud, but I would love to work with T-Pain. T-Pain! Because he, like, his whole thing about, like, he really changed the game right now, currently, with doing his whole, like, Nappy Boy gaming thing. And I'm like, that's wild. That like, and they're doing so good. Like, and it's really big right now. So he's, like, he's doing his gaming. He games on Twitch and stuff, and then he even like produces his music and stuff on there, and then he's still doing his music and stuff. You know what I mean? And I think that's like really, really dope. And I love when he posts that stuff too.
I haven't seen him like help other like rappers or people that aren't big. Like just hit dumping on his stream, and he's like, "That's fire!" Like that's fire.
Yeah, he does the thing, and I want to do it too because he has a Discord where he has a section where it's called "Post Your Song," and he wants people to like post their music so he can like go on stream and check it out. And a lot of influencers and like musical artists have actually been on there and like been reposted through him, and they're like T-Pain like gave me the official like good,
and
then
they start
blowing up. And I'm like, I love that, like he's that's giving back, that's a power. I wish there was more I wish there was more people that were doing stuff like that, you know what I mean? That's the main reason I followed him and like keep up with him and stuff.
You got two ends of the spectrum for social media. You got the negative comments and then the people boosting you up.
Yeah, literally.
Damn.
Yeah.
T-Pain.
But that's the one for sure. I know there's like a list of like artists that I would love to work with. I actually have them on my phone, but like T-Pain is like at the top.
Okay.
Nice.
And let's real quick again as we're on it, talk about your music side of everything. What kind of music are you mostly doing? Are you producing your own stuff? What's the kind of rundown for your music?
So I work with like a lot of different people when it comes down to my music. I try to work with different producers because I produce most of my stuff at home. So I have like all the recording
Mikey,
equipment.
Though, all in one.
Yeah, I told you.
Package.
I'm telling you
everything.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I can't sit still for like 2 seconds. But I try to work with other producers. I try to do my own stuff. I try to like get beats from other people. I sometimes get them off of like websites and stuff like that. But I never really used to be into music like that because my dad kept pressuring me into doing it. And you know how that is when a parent's like, get into music, do this, do
when
that.
When anyone pressures you to do anything, it's like, you don't want to do it.
Exactly.
Like, clean your room. No, I don't want to.
I don't want to, no.
Oh, then they don't tell me, like, I'm going to clean my room.
Yeah, exactly. But I was like, I know that, I just knew that it would be hard if I didn't, like, if I didn't listen to what my dad was telling me, I probably wouldn't be where I am now, especially with music. So it's like, he did kind of change my mindset about it. But after I really, really started getting into it, I never was really serious about it until like maybe 2018 or so. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to start putting like my own music out. So, 2017. So 2017, I put my first single out, which did like pretty well, and like people were talking about it, yada yada. And then I filmed a music video for it. Then in 2018, I was like, okay, I'm gonna put another single out. But then in 2018, I didn't know what my sound was, and that was another really hard thing for me because I was like, what, like, because I didn't want to just be like, I'm gonna be like the next Chris Brown, or I'm gonna, well, not Chris Brown, but I'm gonna be like the next, but you know what I mean, like the next like R&B, like, you know, or pop or whatever. I was like, I gotta figure out what my sound is, and so then in 2018, I put out like a more like hip hop like type track, and it did like way better than my first like ever single. So I was like, okay, maybe this is the route that I should go, because it was more fun too, because you get to like experiment and be like, you know, be more courageous with the stuff that you like write and stuff like that. Then I was like, okay, I was talking to my dad, and then I was talking to one of his producer friends, and he was like, you need to put out a body of work. Because he's like, you can put out singles, but people want albums, people want EPs, people want this, and that. And I was like, okay. And they were like, and people want music videos, which is another thing that I'll get into in a minute. And so I think the middle of 2018, I put out my first EP, which is called Positive Vibes Only. And that was mostly about like stuff that I was dealing with in life at the time. And there was like one or two hip hop tracks on there, and I think the rest were like kind of like poppy vibes. And it did okay. It wasn't like my best body of work, because I think my best body of work right now is my album that's out. But I still was like, I'm still proud of it, and it was a start. You know, that was my first ever EP. Like, that's solid. And then after that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna put out some more singles. And then I was like, I want to put out another EP before I even decide on doing like an album, just to see like, you know, the flow or whatever. And then that's when I told you, I was like, I'm going to use this picture. I was like, this picture is beautiful. I was like, I have to use it as the album cover.
Yes.
And so that's when 2019, I think it was 2019. That's when I put out my second EP, which is called the SoCal Memo. And that was mostly hip hop. And that's the one that really everyone was like, I love that EP. Da, da, da. So that's when I was really like, okay, this is it. Like I know what sound, I know what route I should go, and da 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 da. And so after that, between 2019 and like 2021, when my like album came out, I had already had all, and this is the crazy thing because I talked about it on another podcast. I had all the songs ready, and I was gonna put it out in 2020, and then 2020.
Yeah, we don't talk about that here.
And then everyone was shook because whenever I talk about it, they're like, "How did you do that?" I literally scratched all the songs. It was it was like 13 songs.
Damn.
And I was like, I'm taking away all of them. Like, I don't want any of them on. Like, I don't want to do this. And then I was really thinking of like, what do I want this album to be about? Because most people, they just make songs, here's an album. I was like, I don't want to do that. Like, every time I put something out, I want it to have a meaning behind it. I want it to have
authenticity.
Yeah, exactly. I want it to have something behind it that's not just like, this is just music that I put out, Yeah. So then I was talking to a couple people, and I forgot what I was doing, but I was talking about sexuality, I think, or something like that, and they were like, because they know I'm very avid about that. Like, I'm always talking about, like, being bisexual, talking about LGBT, and being a person of color that's in the LGBT community. And so they were like, why don't you just make the album about that? And that was, like, at the end of 2020. And I was, oh, no, not the end, like, the middle of 2020. And I was like, okay. But I was like, but I don't even know what I would call it. And they were like, and so one of my friends, he had called me and was like, or no, one of my friends had called me and he was like, if you're going to do that, you might as well. There was another song that I had on the album before, or that I was going to put on the album, and that was Explorer. And then Explorer was basically about, like, exploring your sexuality and stuff like that. And so my sister and my good friend Jasmine, she was like, why don't you just call it Curiosity? And, like, literally it was like, I was like,
winner right there.
I was like, that is it. I was like, that is literally it. Like, that's perfect. And then so I was like, there we go. Like, it's Curiosity. And what was crazy was from then to when the album was out, I literally, like, had to make all those songs because I scratched all the other songs. Yep. So, like, I only had that little a bit of time to, like, make those, get it, like, produced and put them out.
That's in a 6-month span?
Yeah.
That's a lot of songs.
When I tell you those 6 months, I was stressed out of my mind. Like, I was so stressed, but I'm so happy that I was able to put it out. Yeah. And, like, every song literally, like, there's no song on there that doesn't have, like, a meaning behind it. Like, I tell myself I want every single song to have a meaning behind it, like, from the intro to the last song. And so I'm very proud of it. And like, I have a lot that I still need to do, but like, I'm glad that I did what I did instead of like doing what I was going to do. Because at first I was just going to put songs out and be like, this is my album. And I didn't even have a title for it. I was like, I'm just going to put this out and then maybe I'll figure something out. But then when I actually started talking to people about it and like thinking about it, I was like, yeah, this is perfect. Like,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I think that kind of goes back to, like you said, like instead of just like pushing content out, like you said, you could tell the difference between just something that's been pushed out.
Yeah.
You know, like you taking a step back to be like, okay, is this really what I want to put my name on and like have this be shown out, or do I really want to maybe fix it up?
Yeah.
And obviously,
yeah, because I was like, I know that if I do this, it'll probably do better than what I was gonna do before. And then, are we good?
Did it die?
I don't know.
It was at 140.
I don't know.
All right, guys. So, there's no video.
Oh, you can check it out.
All right, okay, we can check it out.
So, E-Man's going to check this out. What me and Mike are still going to do. So, what happened was, if you're like, watching the YouTube, I don't know. We're going to figure something out. But the audio's still here. E-Man's walking in the building. But yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. You have a very interesting story just in terms of kind of like everything that you do, you know? And I think that's kind of just one of those things that
it's been like up and down too.
Yeah,
like it's always like, even when I first started doing stuff like this, and I started doing stuff like this right out of high school, which is, a lot of people are like, that's crazy, and I'm like, yeah, it's been years. And they were like, they don't know how I did it, and they don't know how I continue to do it. And I always just tell people, like, you just have to have like that drive and like that determination, because if you don't have that drive and determination, then you're just going to keep quitting and you're not going to get where you want to be. And I told myself, like, I understand I'm at a young age and stuff, but like, I'm not about to be in my 40s not living my dreams, wondering what could have been or what should have been, you know what I mean? Like, when I have the ability to go out and do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that was the same thing with my music and stuff. I was like, I knew who I was doing. I wanted to do it for me, but like, I knew that I had stories. I knew that I had things that other people can relate to. So I told myself, like, this is what I want to do. Like, I know for sure, like, even if it's just a side thing, I know I still want to do it, because I know that other people will hear it and they'll be able to correlate to it and feel something to it. Because that's all I really want to do at the end of the day. Whether it comes to like YouTube videos, music and stuff, I just want somebody to feel something. There's too many people out here that are just like,
just going through the motions.
There,
yeah, man. It's
like,
tough out there. In terms of, obviously we talked about kind of like music, but in terms of like just regular content creation, do you have any like dream collaborations?
Oh, I have a shit. I have so many.
On a full list.
Okay, here we go. Can. Honestly. There are a few YouTubers that I would love to collab with. You might not have heard of them. Some of them actually follow me.
Nice.
Which is shocking.
Oh yeah, we love that.
Have you ever heard of, Have you ever heard of Berleezy?
I went to college with him.
Shut up.
Yeah, that's my boy.
I think did you mention that? I think you might have mentioned that to me before.
I think we talked about
he follows me on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I've always, like, that's my dream, like, collab is to do something with him. Because he's doing so good right now. Like, it's insane how well he's doing.
Yeah, Berlin.
Like, when it comes to his gaming and, like, his YouTube videos and stuff. And I'm like, it's just crazy. And he's very, like, he's so cool, like, to me. Like, you know?
He's a very good guy, yeah, man. I have a lot of good stories.
I would love to do something with him.
With Berlin.
I'm trying to think
famous
of who
people.
else, like other YouTubers.
Whatever.
There's like a couple, but they don't really make like. There were some that used to make content all the time. Again, how I said, like, I went on a unfollowing spree on YouTube. That's the main reason I did that, because I understand burnout, I understand this and that, but like, if you're never going to make content again, there's no point in me really,
following.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I went through, because I was like, I want to be able to go in my subscription feed and see videos that I actually want to watch. Because that's what I was noticing a lot of the time. Like, I would go into my sub feed and just be scrolling, and I'm like, I don't want to see any, like, I don't want to watch any of this. You know what I mean? So I had to like really go in and be like,
that's how I know I gotta re-go. That's how I know, because I'd be scrolling through all those videos. I'm like, none of these.
Yeah, now it's to the point where I can open YouTube and like I'll go on my sub feed and I'm like, every single video I have to put to watch later because I'm like, okay, this is cool now. I want to watch all these.
Yeah.
There's a lot of YouTubers and stuff. I know Berlin is at the top right now. Okay. There's also a lot of how we were talking before, a lot of musical artists. That's another thing I didn't get to mention because it's really hard making music videos too.
I can imagine.
It's I don't want to be dramatic, but people don't really understand how heavy those productions are. It costs so much money. It costs this and the past two. Oh, the first my Explore music video, I had my friends help me shoot that, and I edited it all myself. That took me almost I want to say 18 hours to edit.
Yeah.
And then my second music video, I said I can't do this. So I hired a director and videographer, and he helped me shoot it. We went to a studio and shot everything in there, and that was way more easier. It was still chaotic, but it was way more easier. And then here's new tea.
Hey.
I'm filming another music video on the end of February for my song Vibe that I have with my friend Christian, because that's one of the top songs that's on the album, and so everyone was like, you need to do a music video for that.
Hell yeah.
But you heard it here first.
Yeah.
That's right.
But speaking of that and going back to collabing and who I would love to collab with, I actually have a list of is it still in my phone? Yeah, I have a list of people I would love to collab with. So I have or make a song with at least. I have T-Pain.
Banger.
Have you ever heard of Brass Tracks?
I don't think I have.
He's he produces music, but he plays the trumpet. But
that's dope.
He's insane though. I'll have to show you guys afterwards because it's crazy. He'll produce his own music and work with other artists, but he's the main one that always plays the trumpet in the song, and he always that's his thing. That's why he's brass.
Yep.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Did you not pick up on that?
I didn't. No.
And he's insanely talented. Kaylani.
Oh, okay.
Banger.
I would move Ty Dolla $ign to the top because Ty Dolla $ign is actually my favorite R&B artist.
Ty Dolla $ign.
I actually have a poster in my room and I wrote on it I will. I'm trying to manifest. I was I will work with you one day.
That's right.
Kiana Lede.
Oh, I've heard of her.
Yeah,
I've heard a few of her songs.
She's an R&B singer as well too.
Cool.
Khalid.
Banger.
Have you ever heard of John Bellion? He makes music, but he produces
familiar.
a lot. If you listen to you probably know one or two of his songs because they used to play a lot on the radio and stuff like that. But he hasn't been making music for a cool minute. But he produces a lot for people. And he just was working with I think Tori Kelly, and I'm I would love to do something. She's not on the list, but I would love to.
If she joins, okay. It is what it is. You know.
Also have a singer. Her name's Sinead Harnett. Also have another. He's from the UK. He's a LGBT artist, and he's African American too. His name's MNEK. And then also have Jack Harlow on here because I feel like I would.
Harlow.
I feel like I would make such a good song with Jack Harlow.
He looks like a stand-up dude too. Yeah. Super chill.
And then the last one I have is, do you know Kaylin?
That's my boy too. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to make a song with Kaylin.
Yeah.
Bad. So, but that's mostly it. But then I know there's a bunch of other creators and stuff that I would love to work with. I just know that sometimes it gets a little hard, especially in this day and age when people look at numbers, because a lot of times they're they want something out of it, unfortunately.
Exactly.
And so when they see that you don't have that same, and
pull.
I still have plenty of value, but I don't have that same pull as they do, and it kind of gets funky with stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I wrote it down and try to write stuff down, because it's I know that if I can manifest that, it can happen. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And if you come with a game plan, you're not gonna go up there and be like, "Hey, can we do this?" What do you want to do? You're I didn't think I would get this far. I'm prepared. Okay, cool.
No, even when it comes down, even when it comes down to collabs and stuff, because I used to do this thing on my channel called Collabtober, where every year during October I would work with people, whether you were my friend or an old coworker or whatever. I would be if you're willing to be on camera and be in one of my videos at my house, come on through and let's film something. And then I stopped doing those, I think, when the pandemic first started. Of course I was gonna try and do it again, bring it back last year, but then I was I don't know, I felt I I wanted to do bigger stuff than what I was doing. Because when I first was doing Collabtober, I was just doing the basic like Chubby Bunny challenge or like doing this and that. Like I want to do more. Like I want to do like bigger productions where it's like I have somebody come in and we're like doing like playing this like sick ass game or something, or like even like VR, whatever, you know. Like I want to do bigger things so that way like it brings more value to the both of us instead of it just being like a simple like let's sit down and do something. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
And I worked with like a decent amount of like influencers when I was doing Collabtober, and like one of the biggest ones that I worked with, his name is David Alvarez. We did like something like I think we did turning ourselves into punk edits or something crazy like that, which was in at the time, you know what I mean? And so that video did really, really good. And like, that was my first ever like big collab, because he has like, I think like 700,000 subscribers or something crazy. And I was like, I didn't expect him to be willing, but then again, that's the thing with like constantly working and like knowing your connections and going to people, because my old coworker was actually best friends with him, and he was the main one. Was like my homie Mikey, he makes videos and stuff. I think it would be cool if you guys like work together.
That's what networking is.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And so that was that. And then I worked with another influencer. His name's Joey, but he goes by the Chino Suave, and he's like a chef, and he has like a decent following on like TikTok, on Instagram and stuff like that. And when I did a collab with him, like when I did the collabs with people that were bigger than me, it's just a whole like it's crazy what you see and like how they act and what really happens behind the scenes versus like what you see on camera and what you think.
Yeah.
Because I already had known David, and so when I was ready to film and stuff like that, it was different. I was thinking it was gonna be like, okay, are you ready? Like, let's do this and that. He was like in his t-shirt, like, you good to go? Like, you know, like, let's go ahead and do this, bro. Like, and I was like tripping, because it's like you never really know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same with Joey. I was like thinking it was gonna be different, or like I didn't know how he was gonna react when I first like met him and stuff like that. Like I didn't know if he's gonna be like, oh, like, how are you doing? Like, let's do this. No, he literally was like, he gave me a hug, picked me up, and was like, let's do this, bro. I was like, this is wild.
Yeah.
Like, this is really crazy, because like you never like. You never know how people really are because of social media.
Yep, it's true.
And so like once you actually like see in person, it's just a different story. It's wild. It's crazy.
Yeah. Damn. That's good stuff, man. Mikey's got a lot.
He's got a lot.
I told you I've been in this thing too long. I don't know how I'm still going, but I am.
Yeah, that's good, man. Don't stop, man.
Yeah, I know.
Don't stop. But damn. Yeah, I don't know. E-Man, you got any last minute things?
I do, actually.
Go ahead.
All right, so you've been on pretty much, every social media kind of thing.
Yeah, mostly.
What's your take on Metaverse? I had to bring it up. I just got to know.
Oh, my God.
You got to be on it. You got to be an influencer. You got to be showing people around in the Metaverse.
You want me to be honest? Like 100%.
Oh, no, you might break my heart, but go ahead.
Like 100% honest?
Do it.
Okay. I have no issues with it. I think
Good start.
I think it's
Shut your mouth. You stay over there.
I think it's cool to a certain extent. I'll just say that, because my whole ordeal is
Go ahead, say it. Just say it.
why. Okay, and I might be wrong. I might say some incorrect, inappropriate shit right now.
That's right. You're on a podcast.
That's what the podcast is for.
Fucking care. Who fucking cares?
Every time.
Right.
Every time.
I see it as if these billionaires and millionaires have all this money and they want to invest into something that isn't physically there, I don't think that that's the best idea, especially in this day and age, if that makes sense.
Oh, you
That's
took
a
it
bar.
way different. I didn't even think about that.
That's
I was
a
thinking
bar.
about like, would I be on it?
It wouldn't be as fun.
Yeah, no, I wasn't thinking about like, hey, you know what, that money
Well, no,
could be used
because
for something
yeah.
else, like fuck a fake world, what about the real world,
yeah,
like, kind of
well,
thing,
not
you
even
know?
like that, because like I don't even care about that, because I enjoy like, because even just playing video games is like that. Even playing
true,
like
yeah.
games is getting out of this real world and partaking into something that's not. You know what I mean? But like from what I've read and what I've seen and done research on, it's a different story to that. Like I feel like it's better if I just want these people that are investing so much into this to invest back into things that are of this physical world and aspect. Because if they have all this money that they can put into the metaverse, that means they have all this money that can help people that are in need, that are homeless, like tax the motherfucking rich.
Now you're making me feel bad for wanting to be.
No. Because
make you feel bad.
No, because I still think it's cool. I still think it's a good idea. I love VR and stuff like that. Like, it's fucking fun. Like, you know, but that's my thing is it needs to just stay fun. Because I'm worried that it'll lead into something where it's like doing too much
business.
I mean, that's, you know what I mean, and I think that's what the problem is.
Or where people are like living their lives in it, and I don't think that's what we should use that for. Like, it should be recreational, not, you know,
to escape reality kind of.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're still gonna have to face reality. You know what I mean? Like,
it's Ready Player One.
Yeah, no.
And I love that movie, by the way.
Great movie.
That's one of my favorite films ever. But I just don't know. I have iffy, like, I'm like 50-50. Let's just say that.
Perfect.
Because like I'm for it, but then I'm not. Because I'm the same way with NFTs. I'm for it, but then I'm not.
I don't have any NFTs, so you could talk whatever you want. Go ahead.
Because with the whole NFT thing is like there's so much that's going behind it, especially like that's messing up our environment and stuff. And I had no idea until I did my research on it. And that's the thing that worries me the most about a lot of people that are trying to get into all this is that they're not doing enough looking into it, especially when it comes down to the metaverse. Because people are just like, yeah, let's hop onto it, like, da-da-da-da. But I'm like, you really got to, like, realize, like, who's, like, you know, doing what? Who's paying their coins and money into this? Like, what is this next thing going to be? And it's just, I don't know. It's just kind of weird, like, to me, a little bit. Because it's like, I'd rather, like, enjoy my time here than be, like, boop, boop, and then be, like, spending so much time in something that's not legit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Valid.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's fine. I just wanted to know.
No.
I'd do a whole episode on them.
I just want to know, like, because you you've been on every social platform. You understand like how it is to be on it.
Yes.
So I didn't know if you were gonna jump onto the metaverse train too.
So
like, hop on.
I don't think I'm going to. Honestly, I feel like we're kind of already in it when it comes down to, again, how I said, like, we play video games, we do this and that, VR. Like, I feel like that was already the start of like stuff like that. But like with the NFT things, it's like I would love, like, I want to make one, like, I really do, like, because I want to get into digital art and stuff like that. But you know, once you start learning and like you start seeing stuff and you start like hearing like things this and that, and you hear like, oh yeah, if you do this, like, this whole like forest is gonna burn down. I'm like, what is going on? So it's like, and I don't want to be that type of person because I've always been a very, 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 very vocal advocate about things like that. About like, you know, like when Black Lives Matter was happening, I was vocal about it. Like when stuff happens to like indigenous people, I'll be vocal about it. When the ICE people are trying to capture people, I'm like, hell no. You know what I mean? Like I need to speak up about it because like that's just how I am. Like, and we shouldn't be living in a world like that where stuff like that is happening in the first place.
Yep.
So like it just bothers me to know that even when it's something that you think is good, there's still going to be something bad like correlated to it at the end of the day. And that's what I feel about metaverse and NFT. Like there's good, but then I know with people's power and what they can do with it, it can be chaotic, and like I'm just nervous about it.
In the great words of Uncle Ben, with great power comes great responsibility.
People need to start tat that on somebody, like your arm or something. 'Cause, ooh,
right here, it's gonna be on this one. I got this one. I'm gonna get this one.
Same shit. Cool, man. Well, Mikey, appreciate you for coming on the podcast, man. Yeah, it was
supposed to been happen, and I'm glad it did.
Hey, man, it all came, it worked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So, Mikey Cook, everyone. Like I said,
everywhere.
You go ahead, find him, look him up, find the music, stream all the albums, EP, singles, all that shit. Find him on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment. Enjoy the stuff that he's making, man. He's making great content everywhere.
And there's more to come.
There you go.
And there's more to come, man.
Let me reiterate that. There is more to come. There's a lot that I haven't even It's too much.
So make sure to follow him.
Yeah. And what we're saying is just do your due diligence, get in there before everyone else.
Right, before you're like, I've been following him since then.
That's right, man. You got to get it on.
I've been following him since then.
That's right. You got to get it on early. Think of Mikey like an NFT, man. You got to gotta get on him early, or when he blows up.
Right.
Don't be left in the dust. But Mikey, again, thank you. Do you have anything that you want to plug yourself? Now's your time. Feel free to do whatever you got to do.
Probably just, my YouTube, because I'm like, this year I'm really, really going in on YouTube. That's Mikey Cook. I want to say maybe a little bit more Instagram. I'm trying to be more like active on Instagram. Even though it keeps changing and shit, but it's all right. But primarily my consistency and what I'm trying to like keep my constant growth on is YouTube, because like I want to, that's what I want to do at the end of the day. That's what I want my full time, like when I grow old, like I want to, even if I'm like 60, like I want to be like, oh, Mikey Cook, like he's a grandpa, but he's still, he's on YouTube, like I want that to be like me. Also a little bit of TikTok, which is Mikey Cook as well too. I'm not primarily too focused on that, again, because I know how TikTok works and like the shadow banning and this and that. So I'm not really, I just post on there to be my authentic self and post what I want to post. But primarily YouTube is that I want to plug. So go subscribe.
There you go.
Cool. You heard it here. All right. E-Man.
You can find me at Manuel Snap on Instagram. Everything else, I don't want you to find.
Oh.
So,
And of course, and you can always, check out the show, Too Good For You. That's spelled the number 2, good, number 4, and the letter U.
If you leave one goddamn dislike on this, I will literally find you.
That's right. Mikey gonna come for you.
I have people. I kind of have people, but don't do it.
Well, yeah, make sure you guys check out the show at Too Good For You Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and Too Good For You on YouTube and the Patreon, patreon.com/TooGoodForYouPod, where you get it's $5 a month, all episodes early, as well as exclusive content that E-Man and I are working on.
All episodes early.
Wow. And exclusive content.
That's crazy.
Exclusive, but
not everybody doing that.
But yeah, so yeah, make sure you guys go follow the show at Too Good For You, at Too Good For You Pod, or whatever I have it named at, because I forget. But you can follow me at DJ X Pharaoh on all my socials, and I'll let you figure out how to spell that, because we are all adults here. So with that, again, Mikey, we appreciate you for coming on the show.
It's a pleasure.
And yeah, we'll see you guys all next week. Peace.
Bye.